Yeah, we're keeping that key. Let me just arrange this camera. The nameless bookstore. Okay, okay. Yep, so let's upgrade. We have 2 points available for us. Let's put it into the investigation ability.
Where's the bookseller?
Let's go.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Yeah, maybe it'll help you come back to normality, Mr. Pierce.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
So, Dark Water History. Can I actually do something with these items? Oh, I don't need much light anyway. Don't use it that much. I'm gonna leave you read that if you wish. So it looks like by picking up books, I increase some of the treats that I have here. For example, the medicine got some points due to the books that I have found, which is a cool trait. It encourages you to explore the
What
environment.
happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in from?
Start over. Okay.
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
What's this?
To whom does this footprint belong?
Looks like it's one of those faceless males. Okay, I can go in here.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Oh, there's a lot of clues there, but before we get there... Okay, nothing.
What killed all these animals? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins?
Okay, looks like Sarah Hawkins painted something to protect the vault.
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
Yep.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Oh, I have to read all this. So, a page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combines in the Greek world. Life and study combines in the Greek world. Okay. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its content into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor suffer from your actions. Whew. Okay. So,
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills? What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
let's see, where's that one? Let's see what else we can find here. Oh my god.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
So people and study combined in Greece. That's what.
How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions? Never heard of him.
Okay. Let's start with this corner.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Yeah, but how do I listen to them? Unless the key that bears the Elder sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of cylindrical medallion, okay, that one, hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star they pointed to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer in press. It remains. Okay.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
Anything else to unveil? Not much, it seems. I'm just gonna go and try to open the safe.
A kind of chalice.
Okay, let's listen to them.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Okay. What about number 2?
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay, so the White Goddess might be Sarah. White Goddess, Red Goddess, so many goddesses in these games.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay, so Volume 9. Volume 9. What does Volume 9 say? Do I have Volume 9 here? No, I'll look for Volume 9.
The Queen
Right
has
there.
little protection.
So, Volume 9, he said. So,
What did Drake say about this collection?
Volume 4.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
Volume 9. This is it. Also known as Nightmare Lyrics, this collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. So remember this name. Derby was only 18 years old. Okay, let's see. Oh my. Okay. You know what? Maybe this volume 9 is not the only suspicious thing that we have here, because like we have this here and we have this here, and they don't do anything for us. Let's listen to it one more time. I'm sorry guys, but
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
okay. So these red
And these red drops,
drops,
like precious stones, lie
Okay.
fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions.
Well, there are some precious
And I do
stones here.
confess it. I am willing.
The chalice of knowledge.
So there's one cup. Is it number 1, or maybe should I number the red stones? Okay, let's go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's either 5 or 10. It can't be 10 because there's only one number for the first number.
willing to pay to know its secrets.
So it should be 5, right? Okay. First number should be 5.
I finally understood that we were only
And this
pieces
hit
on the
me,
chessboard
yeah.
of the gods.
He's talking about the
Let
chessboard.
those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows.
So this
We
is
shall
the
refuse to be
White
the
Queen.
playthings of destiny.
And these are the protection. The numbers are dwindling from the black soldiers. So there are 3 here. And this is the second cylinder, so it should be the second number, right? The first cylinder was this, which was 5. Second cylinder was this, which was should be 3. And then the third cylinder was talking about the volume 9 of the book, so it might be 5, 5, 3, 9. Let's see. Five, 3, 9. Okay. Whew. Took a while, but it was all worth it, boys. Let's see what this book contains. Oh, books are flying. Shadows are appearing. And this white screen is hitting my eyes, so to say. Let's reduce the luminosity of the monitor. So we're back at the Institute.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Catatonic. Examine the patient. Has he been drugged? Call Dr. Fuller.
Very well. I'll examine him.
Yeah, I'll examine him. Let me just switch my seated position. And when you game, guys, you should get up every now and then. Okay.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated.
And
His
drink
fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
He has something in his belly. The state of his limbs is worrisome. He's severely dehydrated.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
Okay, so this doesn't work.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
Okay.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right.
This assistant is not very
bright. But his
bright.
body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
At least.
Scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office. What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Okay. Let's move on, shall we?